Oh, you got a lot to cover. First of all, we have some take profits hit. We'll take care of those first, and we're going to get straight to the signal calls. So we got a take profit smashed on Ripple versus USDT. That's Ripple versus Tether. That's for 1,678 pips. We were tracking this at the end of the London session. Didn't quite make it. Made it right before woke up today. Okay, let me grab parameters for this. All right, that's win number 1,033 for the year. Oh, that's my stuff. Okay, so this is Ripple versus Tether. All right, so that's that. So obviously we still have the 1 hour on Ripple. It still has not hit and take profit. As you can see, it's got a little bit of a ways to go. Now, we also have Ripple versus the dollar. That also hit take profit this time for 1,677 pips. And that's win number 1,134 for the year. So we have we've got Tron versus Tether. That was for 25 pips. Of course, still have a 1 hour on that one as well. Mm-hmm. All right, next up we have HMSTR versus Tether. We actually called this out last night. I remember seeing that alert when I was in bed before I drifted off to sleep, but I did not want to get out of bed to look at it. And then we go on a 15-minute confirmation for 17 pips. And that's, I think that's Hamster Combat is the name of the coin. We've won on it several times before. is honestly a pretty easy coin to wager a bet on. It's pretty smooth one way or the other. It looks like we have a 1 hour on this one as well. All right, that's win number 1,135. Three. All right, and the next one we have is ACH versus Tether. That was the last one, I think. And then I'll check the rest of the book after we get off the live today. We're going to get into these calls after this one. This is Alchemy Pay versus Tether. Come on. Okay. ACH. And that was for 55 pips. So congratulations for all of you that took those trades this morning. They all hit a profit. Others are in profit and on their way. Yes, you did pretty well last night. Or this morning, rather. Yes, I hear the angry beeping. There will be more. For this, and that's win 1,036 for the year. 1,136 for another 55 pips. All right, let's get to the money. We've got Bearer versus Tether. This time a short to 1.478. go ahead and hop in this myself real quick. It gave us a better entry, so we're going to take that. One sec. There we go. And BERA. So 2.55 risk with entry at 1.529. Stop is 1.549. And wow, still getting better entry. Seven. Take profit is 1.478. That's 459 pips. All right, here we go. Bearer versus Tether. Entry price is 1.537. Stop loss is 1.557 for 20 pips. Take profit is 1.478 for 59 pips and a risk to reward ratio of 2.9. Next up, we have Egen versus Tether. That is on our sell list. Got to sell to 698. All right, we have this. EOGEN. $0.698. We may go a little longer today just as an attempt to try and catch up. All right, here we go. There's my call list. Egen, EIGEN. Risk of 3.69. Entry at 746. Stop at 759. Take profit at 698. Egen versus Tether. Entry price is 0.746. Stop loss is 0.759 for 13 pips. Take profit is 0.698 for 48 pips and a risk to reward ratio of 3.69. Next up, we have Morpho versus Tether. That already hit take profit, so we won't be entering that. You have IO versus Tether. It's on our list. Settling at 247. And risk is 3.44. Entry of 278. Stop at 287. Take profit at 247. All right, next call. We got IO versus Tether. Entry price is 0.278. Stop loss is 0.287 for 9 pips. Take profit is 0.247 for 31 pips. The risk is 3.44. We have LRC versus Tether. Targeting 585. And risk is 3. Entry is 612. Stop at 621. And take profit at 585. We got an LRC. The entry is 0.0612. Stop loss is 0.0621 for 9 pips. Take profit is 0.0585 for 27 pips at a risk of 3.00. And we have the euro versus the Swiss franc. That's already taken off on us. Versus the Swedish krona, rather. We have anime versus tether. Targeting 675. And 2.82 risk. Entries at 706. Stop is at 717. And take profits at 675. And anime versus tether, your entry is 0.00706. Stop loss is 0.00717 for 11 pips. Your take profit is 0.00675 for 31 pips. Risk reward ratio is 2.82. We have ACT versus tether. It's on our list as well. Targeting 1589. ACT. Right. ACT. The time is a 30-minute. That entry. Well, actually, risk is 4.33. That entry at 1801. That stop at 1850. And we've got take profit at 1589. Yeah, I hear the beeping. All right, we got Act versus Tether. Entry is 0.01. Stop loss is 0.01850 for 49 pips. Take profit is 0.01589 for 12 pips. Risk to reward ratio is 4.33. And we've got Mana versus Tether, also on our list. This time targeting 2033. As you notice, this is one of the reasons why I wait between 4 and the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange to call signals. You have a lot of reversals during that time period that allows you to get better entries going into New York. You win a lot of money that way. Kind of a pro tip, try not to take signals between 4 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. You're going to lose your ass most of the time. Now, that is Mana targeting 2033. So let me go ahead and grab that position. Self. All right, this is a 4.86 risk with entry at 2208. Stop at 2244. Take profit at 2023. That's all right, next call. Hold on. Mana, 30-minute confirmation, market execution sell. Entry price is 0.2208. Stop loss is 0.2244 for 36 pips. Take profit is 0.2033 for 175 pips, which reward ratio is 4.86. Again, that's Mana versus Tether. All right, we got SKL versus Tether. This time targeting 1487. L, another 30-minute, says 4.69. And entry at 1609. You got stop at 1635. Take profit at 1487. And there's SKL. Entry price is 0.01609. Stop loss is 0.01635 for 26 pips. Take profit is 0.01487 for 127 pips. And a risk to reward of 4.69. One second for some housekeeping. I've got a spammer on Twitch that is going to get banned. Hate having to use productive time for that, but whatever. Back to it. We got SKL taken care of. We have APT versus Tether. We have that on a sell to 2.653. All right. This is APT versus Tether. Also a 30-minute confirmation. With a risk of 2.56. We got interest at 2.942. We have stop at 3.055. That's 413. And we got take profit at 2.653. And that's for 289. Okie dokie. Next up, we've got app versus Tether, 30-minute confirmation. The entry is 2.942. The stop is 3.055 for 113 pips. The take profit is 2.653 for 289 pips, and a risk to reward of 2.56. Moving on. We got Floki versus Tether. It's a sell to 56.66. And this is also a 30-minute confirmation. The risk is 2.23. We got entry at 6,010. Stop at 6,041. And we've got did I get that wrong? We got entry at 59.25. There we go. And stop at 56.66. That's 259 pips. All right, we've got Floki versus Tether, entry at 0.00005925. Stop loss at 0.00006041 for 116 pips. Take profit at 0.00005666 for 259 pips, and the risk is 2.23. Good all. We've got Litecoin versus Tether, this time targeting 84.42. And LTC, it's also a 30-minute. Risk is 4.29. Entry is 89.82. Stop is 91.08. And take profit is 84.42. All right, we got Litecoin versus Tether. The entry is 89.82. Stop loss is 91.08 for 126 pips. Take profit is 84.42 for 540 pips and a risk reward ratio of 4.29. You have Litecoin versus the US dollar. This is a spot targeting 84.44. This is also a 30-minute. And the risk is 4.86. Entry is 89.84. Stop is 90.95. And take profit is 84.44. Here we go. Litecoin versus the United States dollar. 89.84 is your entry. Your stop loss is 90.95 for 111 pips. Your take profit is 84.44 for 540 pips. The risk is 4.86. And we've got Lista versus Tether. It's on the list. Sell 2284. All right, we got Lista versus Tether. It's also a 30-minute. And risk is 4.37. We've got entry at 2045. We got stop at 2531. And we got take profit at 2284. All right. In Lista versus Tether, the entry is 0.2485. The stop is 0.2531 for 46 pips. And the take profit is 0.2284 for 201 pips. The risk is 4.37. We've got Ethereum Finance. That's on the list. It is not, so we won't be taking that trade. We have SNX versus Tether. That is on the list. We're going to be taking that on a sell to 762. All right, so this is SNX. So another 30-minute. Risk is 5.37. Entry is 848. Stop is 864. That's for 16 pips. Take profit is 762. And that's for 86 pips. And we got SNX versus Tether. Entry is 0.848. Stop loss is 0.864 for 16 pips. Take profit is 0.762 for 86 pips. And the risk is 5.37. Again, that's SNX versus Tether. Moving on. We've got Hot versus Tether. This time on the list. Yes. Targeting 505. That's myself. All right. And this is Hot versus Tether, another 30 minutes. Risk is 5.16. Entry is 603. Stop is 622. And take profit is 505. Got Hot versus Tether. Entry price is 0.000603. Stop loss is 0.000622 for 19 pips. The take profit is 0.000505 for 98 pips. The risk is 5.16. Moving on. You've got Gun versus Tether. Targeting 1255. Sorry about that. Got a wee bit distracted. All right. Risk is 4.05. Entry is 1344. Stop is 1366. And take profit is 1255. And that's also 30 minutes. Yeah, gun versus tether, the entry is 0.01344. Stop is 0.01366 for 22 pips. Take profit is 0.01255 for 89 pips. The risk is 4.05. Moving on, we've got power versus tether. And we're targeting 9051. Is that on the list, though? It is. So if it's on the list, that means that it was on the weekly buy or sell list for this week. Do that on Sundays. Or it means that we won on it this week already. Or. In this case, it's both. It was on our weekly sell list. I think this week. No, I take it back. Once. It was down here. The LWR, and this is a 30-minute with a risk of 3.33. Stops at 1029. And take profits at 951. There we go. All right, moving on. We have NEO versus the US dollar. I don't think that's on our sell list. Pretty sure it's not. It isn't, so we won't be touching that. And the Canadian dollar versus the Japanese yen. Is that on the sell list? No. I'm touching that. We have SPK versus Tether. It's going to be a sell targeting 27079. SPK. Okay, SPK. It's a 15-minute. Risk is 5. Entry price at 34531. 34531. Stop is at 3602. 36020. And take profits at 27079. Okay. We got SPK versus Tether. Entry price is at 0.034531. Stop loss is at 0.036020 for 1,489 pips. Take profit is 0.027079 for 7,452 pips. The risk is 5.00. Then we got Kava versus Tether. Is that on our list? Yes. We got targeting 1108. That is a nice drawback, so much better. Where's the reward for us? It's the benefit of waiting. Let price come to you. I'm going to take this on a 4.61 risk. And we've got an entry at 1214. We've got take profit at 1237. Well, stop loss at 1237. And we've got take profit at 1108. I forgot to get in this thing myself, so I'll go back and do that here in a second. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Got Kava versus Tether. Entry price is 0.1214. Take profit is 0.1237 for 23 pips. Take profit is 0.1108 for 106 pips, and the risk is 4.61. All right, moving on. have the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen. It looks like that literally hit profit in 15 minutes, so we had no chance to get into it. It got called here. Here's the bar. It cleared the very next candle, so that's done. We have AXBT versus Tether targeting 0.06. All right, there's another 15-minute confirmation. This is AIXBT versus Tether. Risk is 4.54. Entry at 0.659. Stop at 0.672. And take profit at 0.6 even. All right, AIXBT versus Tether. The entry price is 0.0659. The stop loss is 0.0672 for 13 pips. The take profit is 0.0600 for 59 pips and a risk of 4.54. So let's get this off. This to the sell list. Boom. Moving on. We've got VET versus Tether. Is this on our list? Yes. Targeting 1388. Six. Price is 1558. 170. And this is what? VET BT and a 30-minute confirmation. All right, here goes another one. This is Vet versus Tether. Entry is 0.01558. Stop loss is 0.01593 for 35 pips. Take profit is 0.01388 for 170 pips. Risk reward ratio is 4.86. Moving on. We have Arkham versus Tether, targeting 0.280. This is a 30-minute as well. The risk is 5. The entry price is 0.325. The stop loss is 0.334. By the way, for those of you less familiar with the terminology I'm using, when I'm talking about the risk to reward ratio, the higher that number is, the less risky the trade is. Let's see, 0.28. 45. And we've got Arkham versus Tether. The entry is 0.325. The stop loss is 0.334 for 9 pips. The take profit is 0.280 for 45 pips, and the risk is 5.00. And that is Arkham versus Tether. All right, we've got Init versus Tether. We're already in that trade. It hit stop loss. I'm not going to call it again. We've got Rune versus Tether. Is that on our list? Yes. We're going to be targeting 718. All right. We've got Rune versus Tether. So 30 minutes. The risk is 4.57. Your entry is going to be 782. Your stop is going to be 796. And your take profit is going to be 718. Next call, we got Rune versus Tether. Entry price is 782. Stop loss is 0.796 for 14 pips. And take profit is 0.718 for 64 pips, with a risk to reward ratio of 4.57. Again, that is Rune versus Tether. Moving on, we have Engine Coin versus Tether. Not on the list, so we won't be taking that. We have Cookie versus Tether that hit the original stop. We won't be recalling it. We have OXT versus Tether. That's on the list. Targeting 303. Open this myself. OXT. Done. Oops. All right, so it's a 15-minute. The risk is 4. Entry price is 331. Stop is 338. And take profit is 303. Right, we got OXT versus Tether. Entry price is 0.0331. Stop loss is 0.0338 for 7 pips. Take profit is 0.0303 for 28 pips, and a risk to reward of 4.00. While I have your attention, if you haven't already done so, please drop a follow, like the video, and turn on those notifications. Of course, that differs depending on what platform you're looking on, and I appreciate your support. Now we have ID versus Tether. Let's go ahead and do that. Short to 877. All right, ID versus Tether. And this is a 30-minute confirmation. Your entry is going to be 973. Stop is going to be 997. And your take profit is going to be 877. Yes, 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 angry beeping. I get it. That beeping are just more alerts going off. We'll get to it in time. We have ID versus Tether This is 0.0973 is the entry. The stop is 0.0997 for 24 pips. The take profit is 0.0877 for 96 pips. The risk reward is 4.00. Again, that is ID versus Tether. Moving on, we have IOTA versus USD. I don't believe that's on the list. We're going to check. Pretty sure it isn't. And it is. So we are going to take that. And we have a sell to 0.12220066. This is a spot. It is a massive trade. So hold on. Depending on how you play this, this can make you a literal shitload of money. This is a 15-minute sell. This is 5.46. We've got entry at 1353557. We got stop at 1377616. And that's for 240,959 pips. Actually, I'm reading this wrong. The way they have it calculated is off. There's actually 241 pips. I hate the way they do small caps sometimes. And this is 0.1220066. And that's for 1,341 pips. All right, here we go. Yes, this is really live. I'm not a bot. I'm doing this in live time. Every morning from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. for London. And then for New York, I normally go from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. But we've got so many freaking signals, I think I might go long today. So, Max, I highly encourage you to drop a follow. Would love to have your support. IOTA versus USD. This is a spot. The entry is 0.1353151. Stop loss is 0.13776016 for 241 pips. Take profit is 0.12220066 for 1,341 pips. The risk reward ratio is 5.46. Let's move on. We have the German 30 that already hit take profit on a sale. We don't have UK oil this week, so we're not going to bother with that. And I don't believe odd versus Australian dollars on our list. It is not. Going to ignore that. Odd versus Japanese yen is not on our sale. We don't have GC1. I know that for certain. And it hit stop loss, so it's invalidated anyway. Tron already hit take profit. We looked at that earlier. Albeit it's giving us another freaking entry to it. So that we're going to take on a 15-minute. We're going to sell it back down to the original take profit at 28.39. Hold on one second. My screen's kind of freezing up a bit. There we go. Okay. And we've got Tron versus Tether. It's TRX. And the risk is going to be 3.25. We've got entry at 28.65. We got stop at 28.73. And we've got take profit at 28.39. You sound like a scientist to me. Oh, so I'm trading currencies. So I'm a professional trader and we do all kinds of assets. Right now, most of the signals that we have are crypto perpetual trades. So that's what we're trading. Basically, a cryptocurrency versus the United States dollar. Those are called spot trades. Or a cryptocurrency versus Tether. Those are called perpetual trades. And what happens is if you guess the right direction on a broker, you can make money buying or selling these assets. That's what I do for a living. We have Tron versus Tether. You have a sell of entry price of 0.2865. The stop loss, absolutely, man. Stop loss is 0.2873 for 8 pips. Take profit is 0.2839 for 26 pips and a risk to reward ratio of 3.25. It is very profitable. To put this in perspective, and give me a second and I'll stop to show you this. I haven't updated this today. So I was sick last year. I actually had a massive heart attack and a stroke on August of last year. And then I had quadruple bypass surgery. So for 7 months, I couldn't trade at all. Been trading for about 12 years. So this is from February the 3rd of this year until now. We're at 1,136 wins versus 855 losses. I'm at 56.98% win rate. Probably need to recalculate that because it probably doesn't include the 5 wins from this morning. And I'm at 4,473,158 pips won. So what we use is called lot sizes. This is how you use leverage on trades. Now, granted, some things are weighted more than an average currency, but if you took 0.01, which is the lowest lot size that we could take, and assuming that everything had the same rate as a regular Forex currency, they don't. You would be up $447,315.80. Now, granted, I also trade exotic indices, futures, stocks. These are more heavily weighted. So wins on those make you more money. So if you were to take every trade that I called this year, you would be up at least $447,000. Win or lose, you're going to lose trades. I don't care about losing trades because we use risk management on all of our trades. So theoretically, well, not theoretically, mathematically, because we take nothing but 2-to-1 risk to reward or greater, we could lose 66.67% of the trades for the year and still be profitable. And you see my run rate is more than that. So I hope that makes sense. It's a little bit more meaty than that to explain, but if you want to have a conversation offline, I don't mind doing that. All right, we have the euro versus the Canadian dollar. And that already hit take profit. That was a buy. We have US oil. We're not on that for this week. We have the euro versus the Japanese yen. That also is not on our list for this week, so we'll ignore that. By the way, if you do trade Forex, you'll notice that there's been a really nice rally on the Japanese yen since the election of their new prime minister. She has really good reforms for Japan. It's been really good because Japanese yen has been getting smashed for about 3 years straight. Other currencies. All right, we've got sushi versus tether. Let's see if that's on our list, and it is. I'm going to take this on a sale to 41.36. Again, this is an example of waiting, letting price come to you, and you get a better entry. Again, the trick to that is you want to avoid taking trades between 4 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is the time that the London market likes to reverse price going into the New York market. I don't know why that happens, but in 12 years of trading, I've seen it happen tens of thousands of times across multiple assets. It's just a thing that the London market does. They like to do liquidity pools heading into the New York session because they know retail traders will a lot of times guess the wrong direction. So they take your money to make money. All right, so this is sushi versus tether. This is a 30-minute confirmation. The risk is 5.25. The entry is 47.34. The stop is 48.48. That's going to be for 114 pips. And the take profit is 41.36. All right, so you have sushi versus tether. The entry price is 0.4734. Stop loss is 0.4848 for 114 pips. Intake profit is 0.4136 for 598 pips. The risk to reward ratio is 5.25. All right, that is sushi versus tether. I don't even remember if I got in it or not. I didn't. Okay, I got it now. So to drive this point home, this was called out at 5:30 in the morning. This is between that time I'm telling you about. Avoid trading between 4 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. During that time frame, price reversed. And it gives you an opportunity that if you catch that same trade setup during the New York session, you're going to get a better entry and you're going to get a lot of profit. This happens a lot. And it's almost always during the London session after 4 a.m. Those first 2 hours, you're okay. After that, the liquidity slows down and it starts doing crazy crap. All right, so we got set to versus tether. We're going to be targeting 346. Another risk over 5. I mean, same concept I just explained. All right, we got SETU to 346. Let me grab that. Oops. And 0.0346. This is a short. Boom. All right, let's grab these parameters. And we're back to 30-minute confirmations again. CETUS. And this is a 5.1 risk. Your entry price is 397. Your stop loss is 407. Your take profit is 346. It's 51. All right, here goes the next one. Appreciate you guys for being patient enough to let me explain that. To Max, Cetus versus Tether. The entry price is 0.0397. The stop loss is 0.0407 for 10 pips. The take profit is 0.0346 for 51 pips, and the risk to reward ratio is 5.10. All right, moving on. We got Bome versus Tether. This time targeting 781. As you can see, it's the exact same concept I was speaking to you about beforehand of that dead zone coming out of the London session and into New York. Setups galore. All right, this is Bome targeting 000781. Yeah, that's another short. Okay. There's parameters again. At this rate, because there's so many setups, I might be going to noon. Just straight heat. All right. So 4.48. Entry 884. Stop loss is 000907. It's going to be for 23 pips. And take profit is 000781. It's 403 pips. Here we go. We got Bome versus Tether. Entry is 0.000884. 0.000907 for 23 pips. And your take profit is 0.000781 for 103 pips. Risk to reward ratio is 4.48. Again, that is Bome versus Tether. Moving on. We already called this one. We did. It's calling in on a 30 minutes. So technically there's another entry for this. You can take AIXBT on the 30 minute to 0.0549. I'm getting ready to call that bad boy right now on the 30 minute. More money is more money. So we already have this on the 15 minute. This is going to be on the 30 minute. It's going to be targeting 549. Okay, let's grab some parameters. AIXBT. So the 30 minute with a risk of 5.88. Entry at 649. Stop at 666. And that's going to be for 17 pips. And take profit of 549. For a good old 100 pips. Oops. Here we go again. AIXBT versus Tether. Entry price is 0.0649. Stop loss is 0.0666 for 17 pips. Take profit is 0.0549 for 100 pips. Risk to reward ratio is 5.88. Moving on. We got Polkadot versus Tether. Is that on our list? It is. We're taking this on a sell to 2.576. Polkadot it is 2.576. Let's grab the parameters for this. DLT, another 30-minute confirmation. Risk is 4.18. This time we have entry at 2.898. We have stop at 2.975. And we have take profit at 2.576. All right, there's the drop for Twitter. And here's the drop for everyone else. Polkadot versus Tether. Entry price is 2.898. Stop loss is 2.975 for 77 pips. And take profit is 2.576 for 322 pips with a risk to reward ratio of 4.18. is Polkadot versus Tether. All right, Pole versus Tether. That hit the original stop. That's fine. It is recalling it on the 30-minute, though. I'm going to take that to 1542. Way to make $1 out of 15 cents. Or two. It's a short. POLS. Square parameters. And this is POLS on a 30-minute. And this is 6.53 risk. Your entry is going to be 1738. Stop is going to be 1768. And take profit is going to be 1542. And it says 4, 6. And here's a call for Twitter. And the call for everyone else. Got POLS versus Tether. Entry price is 0.1738. Stop loss is 0.1768 for 30 pips. Take profit is 0.1542 for 196 pips. 6.53. All right, we've got Uni versus Tether. I don't think that's on our list this week. Let me make sure that's not on the other broker. So I honestly don't remember too many of these damn things. It is, so we will be taking this. This is BTCC. All right, and it's a sell to 4.947. Another one of those London reversal setups. See, the thing about trading against computers, which are about 85% of the activity in the market, they have patterns. They do the same crap over and over again. You trade enough, you start to see what they're doing, and you just wait and wait for them and take their money. And I like legally robbing banks. It's fun for me. Hmm, 6.62. Seven oh one. 99%. By the way, it's Friday, it's withdrawal day. Don't forget to take your 10% of your profit for the week. I've already done it myself, and it was very fun to see that money hit my account a couple hours ago. Did it right after we got off from London. Okay, here is another call. Twitter, there's your uni. It's a call for everyone else. Uni versus Tether. Entry is 5.602. Stop loss is 5.701 for 99 pips. Take profit is 4.947 for 655 pips with a risk to reward ratio of 6.62. Yes, I'm aware of the angry beeping. Go away. We're still on alerts from 5:30 this morning. Like, we haven't even gotten to the alerts for New York yet. So I'm obviously not going to get through all of these today. I will go to 11 a.m. today, though. I normally stop at 10. What's that? CKB. 0.22849. All right, if you are interested in receiving the signals that I don't call on the live, you click on my profile, depending on the platform you're on. It's going to have a link to Telegram. That's my private trading group. I don't charge for it. It's free of charge. I don't believe in pay gating, people being free. So come on and join and get out of the rat race, man. I'll demonstrate that after I make this call just to show you what I'm talking about here. 6.31 is the risk. So CKB. It's another 30-minute confirmation. This time it's 6.31. And she's at 28.49. She's at 32.91. Stops at 33.61. That's going to be for 70 pips. And 28.49. 442 pips. All right, here's goes CKB versus Tether. So 30-minute confirmation, entry price is 0.003291. Your stop loss is 0.003361 for 70 pips. Your take profit is 0.002849 for 442 pips. And a risk reward ratio of 6.31. So everyone loves math. Let's take a look at this. Let's suppose you were doing an account with $500, or just want 500 at 1% growth every weekday for a year. There's 261 weekdays. So day one, you're just trying to make $5. That's 1% of your account. If you did 1% every weekday for a year, that's $6,115.11 after 1 year. Not hard to do. Now, we're doing what is 6,111. This is in year 2, going still at the 1% every weekday for a year. Same formula as compound interest. That's $79,836.79. Doing this every day, every weekday, 1% growth. You take your money, you're done. Year 3. I'll just do the math. So we got $79,836.79. That's at the end of year 3. 1.01 to the 261 power. That's 1% per day for every weekday in a year. And that's times 13.0559. At the end of year 3, at 1% per day for 3 years straight, every weekday, you're sitting on $1,042,341.15. Just let that sink in. That's 1%. All right, Tia did the absolute fool. Jesus. Yikes. All right. We target 750. Hold on real quick. I gotta fix something. Just gotta find it. Where are you? There we go. I'm just going to go ahead and take this hit. All right, so we got TIA versus Tether, and this is targeting 7.5. Yeah, 0.75. That's a short. Beautiful. All right, let's grab the parameters for this. TIA, this is a 30-minute confirmation, and this risk is 6. We got entry at 924. Got stop at 953. And that's for 29 pips. And we've got take profit at 750. And it's 174 pips. Boom. Yeah. It's your next call for Twitter and the call for everyone else. Got TIA versus Tether. Your entry price is 0.924. Your stop is 0.953 for 29 pips. Your take profit is 0.750 for 174 pips and a risk of 6.00. Again, that's TIA versus Tether. We've got Render versus Tether. Same reversal pattern as I told you guys earlier about London. Avoid trading between 4 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. for this exact same reason. Targeting 1.802. I mean, these setups are like printing money. And we've got Render versus Tether. Again, a 30-minute confirmation. The risk here is 5.22. Your entry is 2.340. Your stop is 2.443. And your take profit is 1.802. Oh, yeah. 538 pips. And here's your next call for Twitter. And the next call for everyone else. This is going to be Render. Entry price is 2.340. Stop loss is 2.443 for 103 pips. Take profit is 1.802 for 538 pips and a risk reward ratio of 5.22. Moving on, we have XEC versus Tether. That same London setup. Beautiful. Okay, to sell to 1232. Be happy this bad boy myself. And this is XEC. Another 30-minute confirmation. The risk is 7.11. Entry price is 14.31. Stop loss is 14.59. And take profit is 12.32. Call for Twitter. And for everyone else. XEC versus Tether. Entry price is 0.00001431. Stop loss is 0.00001459 for 28 pips. Take profit is 0.00001232 for 199 pips. The risk reward ratio is 7.11. It's XEC versus Tether. Moving on. That count starts to annoy me by looking at that. All right, we got a 30-minute on SHIB. We have original stop loss on the 15-minute. That's fine. We're going to re-enter target at 851. We'll catch the 15-minute on the way down. Five zeros, 851. Yeah, 0.12345, 851. SHIB. This is 30 minutes. Risk of 6.56. Got entry at 969. Got take off. Stop loss at 987. It's for 18 pips. And you got stop loss at 851. Take profit is over 118 pips. Your next call. All right, you got Shiba Inu versus Tether. Entry price is 0.00000969. Stop loss is 0.00000987 for 18 pips. Take profit is 0.00000851 for 118 pips. Risk reward ratio of 6.56. We've got Gala versus Tether. Check to see if that's on our list. It is. We're going to take Gala, targeting 836. This myself. 1 second. Double 0.836, and that's a short. All right, grab parameters. GALA, this is a 30-minute confirm. Risk is 5.06. Entry at 1008. Stop at 1042. And take profit at 836. All right, here's the next call for Twitter. And the next call for everyone else. It's going to be Gala versus Tether. Entry price is 0.01008. Stop loss is 0.01042 for 34 pips. Take profit is 0.00836 for 172 pips with a risk of 5.06. Again, that's Gala versus Tether. All right, we got WLD versus Tether. All right, hit stop loss in the 15-minute, recall to the 30-minute. We're going to be targeting 647. And this is WLD. Parameters. This is WLD. This is also a 30-minute confirm. Risk is 6.19. Entry is 808. Stop is 834. Take profit 0.647. You know, the interesting thing about dating is that some women don't understand it. At some point, I have to stop worrying about you and start making money. So normally by this time, I'm off the live and just, going on with the rest of my day. So I'm silently getting very snarky text messages from my girlfriend on my cell phone. And I'm trying to ignore them because I'm trying to focus. But I'm about to get girlfriend aggro here in a second. Thankfully, she hasn't shown up in person, so I don't have to worry about that right now. Albeit that would be funny. Hear her bang on the door. Now, there's the call for Twitter. And here's the call for everyone else. WLD versus Tether. The entry is 0.808. The stop loss is 0.834 for 26 pips. The take profit is 0.647 for 161 pips. And the risk reward ratio is 6.19. That is WLD versus Tether. And we have Polkadot versus the United States dollar. We called Polkadot versus Tether earlier. This is the spot version of the currency. Going to take this on a sell to 2.582. Yeah, it's on the list. It's also a 30-minute confirm. The risk is 4.37. Okay, we got entry at 3.08. We got stop loss at 3.194 for 114 pips. Got take profit at 2.582 for 498 pips. And here's the call for Twitter. And the call for everyone else. We've got Polkadot versus the United States dollar on a 30-minute confirm. Entry price is 3.080. Stop loss is 3.194 for 114 pips. Take profit is 2.582 for 498 pips. The risk is 4.37. Again, that's Polkadot versus the United States dollar. I'm still working on alerts from 5:30 in the morning. That's how much activity there's been. All right, we've got STX. This is on the 30-minute, targeting 33.77. And we got a 5.42 risk. Entry at 39.35, 39.95, actually. All right. All right, STX versus Tether. The entry price is 0.3995. Stop loss is 0.4109 for 114 pips. Take profit is 0.3377 for 618 pips. The risk to reward ratio is 5. All right, what else do we have? CFX. It's another reversal. That's a 15-minute confirmation. This is on 30 minutes, targeting 8.30. I'm going to take it. Take that extra space too. All right. This is CFX versus Tether on a 30-minute confirmation. This is 220 pips. Yeah, we've got CFX versus Tether on a 30-minute. Entry is 0.1050. Stop loss is 0.1092 for 42 pips. Take profit is 0.0830 for 220 pips. The risk is 5.24. Okay, this is annoying me for one moment. Sweetheart, I am very well aware of the fact that you want my time. I'm on my money grind right now, so you're going to have to wait. If it's not an emergency, and it doesn't sound like it is, we'll be able to spend plenty of time together. I'm going a little long on the live today. There's a lot of activity. I'll probably stop in a couple of minutes. I'll give you a call, all right? Cheers. All right, that seems to have successfully stopped the girlfriend aggro. Now, 30-minute confirmation. This is on anime versus Tether. I'm going to take this to 618. even trading requires some work. It doesn't grow on trees. So I don't understand the concept of someone that had difficulty understanding it at some point. Had to stop having fun and start adulting. 16 pips. Take profits at 618. All right, here's the next call. We got anime versus tether. 30-minute confirmation. Entry price is 0.00741. Stop loss is 0.00757 for 16 pips. Take profit is 0.00618 for 123 pips. And the risk to reward is 7.69. We've got Sand versus Tether. Is that on our list? It is. Going to take this on the sell to 16.95. There's sand. Sand again. Parameters. This is a 30-minute. $5.27 is the risk. Your entry is 2011. Your stop is 2071. And your exit is 1695. Smoking. Right. Here's for everyone else. Sand versus Tether. It's a 30-minute set. 0.2011. Stop is 0.2071 for 60 pips. And take profit is 0.1695 for 316 pips. Risk to reward ratio is 5.27. Yes, a late lunch sounds good. 3 p.m. That work? No, that gives me time to go work out. Gives me time to shower. Then I know you're going to ask me to stop to get something. So that gives me time to deal with that too. And I know you're not going to be ready on time now, earlier than 3. So you take forever to get ready. So 3 p.m. works for me. Yes, thank you. All right. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Avalanche versus the United versus Tether. We're going to enter that to 1505. So we have a stop on the 15-minute. Retrace gave us a 30-minute sell. We'll take it. 15.05. Sorry, that was slightly irritating, but it's fine. I admit I have a one-track mind when I get on a roll. 17.68. So 37 pips. Take profit is 15.05. 226 pips. All right, this is Avalanche versus Tether on a 30-minute confirmation. Here's your call for Twitter. And here's your call for everyone else. Avalanche versus Tether. It's a 30-minute sell. Entry price is 17.31. Stop loss is 17.68 for 37 pips. Take profit is 15.05 for 226 pips. All right, so it is now 11:04. Do you guys want me to keep going for another hour? Just somebody say yes, at least one person. I don't mind. If you don't say anything, we'll stop now. If you say something, we'll go to noon. Okay, that is a yes. Okay. To noon we go. Let's keep going. We got CRV versus Tether. Again, stop loss hit on a 15-minute, re-entry on a 30, targeting 39.25. CRV. 30-minute confirmation sell. Risk is 5.24. Interest 47.79. And stop is 49.42. And that's 463 pips. Take profit is 39.25. That's for 854. Here's your next call. I did talk to her. Now, what happens is she knows when I go live. She's probably watching the live right now. I'm going to get off of this live if I take a break now and stop making money. Then she's going to want to drag me somewhere, probably the Galleria, to spend a bunch of money. And I've already told her, if you're going to have me spending money, I'd rather make money. You can spend it later. Priorities. CRV versus Tether, 30-minute sell. The entry is 0.4779. The stop is 0.4942 for 163 pips. Take profit is 0.3925 for 154 pips. And a risk to reward ratio of 5.24. Like, real talk, if we were married, I would probably have a different reaction and I would get off the live. We're not married. So she's going to have to wait. If it's going to have to stop me from making money, it's going to have to be the missus. And the hilarious part is she doesn't work. I'm going to type stop, park, and smack because I know she's watching. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm not being a hard ass. I'm disciplined. You've been around long enough to understand that by now. And it's Friday, so I'm already dreading the fact you want to drag me all night, and I'm not doing it. You got maybe 5 hours tops before I want to just kind of chill out. So keep that in mind. Be ready by 3. We'll be done by 8. You want to chill out after that, that's fine. But I don't want to be in a place that's hella noisy or anything like that, stressing my ass out. Stop loss is 1595. No, I don't mind if you go and smoke hookah afterwards. I'm not going with you because I don't like being around smoke. And for Lord's sake, if you're coming over, don't ring the doorbell or knock hard knowing you have a key to get in. Just open the door yourself. If you know I'm probably going to be asleep, don't wake me up. Just come in the house. What in the world am I doing? Man, you're tripping out today. Oh, now you guys got her thinking she's a celebrity. She is cracking up, man. ASTR versus Tether. 30-minute confirmation sell. The entry price is 0.01560. The stop loss is 0.01595 for 35 pips. Take profit is 0.01344 for 216 pips. The risk is 6.10. What you guys probably don't know is that outside of these lives, I really don't talk very much. I'm very, very quiet in my private life. She's a talker. And I know she's literally salivating at the mouth with the fact that she's going to overcome my senses by talking nonstop in a stream of consciousness for the entire time that we're together. So I'm bracing myself mentally for that now. I think she does it to get a rise out of me, Cash. She's been with me a while. She's seen the money. I've tried to teach her how to trade. She just seems utterly uninterested in it. That's fine. Take profit is 8.50. Thank God for AI and copy accounts. She has her own. When she has them run up in my pockets. All right. I feel myself kind of slowing down. So we're definitely shutting down at the top of the hour. KSM versus Tether. Entry is 10.74. Stop is 11.10 for 36 pips. Take profit is 8.50 for 224 pips. Risk reward is 6.22. All right, so that's KSM. And we've got Move versus Tether, targeting 517. Hey, what's good? No, it's the alerts. Do me a favor. Make an appointment for 3:30 p.m. at massage interview for 2. Couples room. And then make a reservation for Perry's Steakhouse for let's go for 6 o'clock for 2. All right, appreciate you. Cheers. What was I? I lost my place. Move versus Tether. There we go. Move versus Tether, 30-minute sell. Entry price is 0.0614. Stop loss is 0.0631 for 17 pips. Take profit is 0.0517 for 97 pips. Risk to reward ratio is 5.71. Again, that's move versus tether. All right, we got Algorand versus tether. This was targeting 15.19 on the 30-minute. Boy. You got a risk of 5. You got an entry at 17.89. Got a stop loss at 18.43. 54 pips. Entry price is 0.1789. Stop loss is 0.1843 for 54 pips. Take profit is 0.1519 for 270 pips. And a risk to reward is 5.00. And no, I'm not giving you more time. 3 p.m. That's when I'll be there. If you're not ready, trust me, I have no problem hitting massage injury without you because I need some relaxation. For once, please don't procrastinate and be ready. I've already made the reservations. You heard me do it. Thank you. Let's not do that. You got Kaido, same thing, targeting 75.70. It's going to make me stop taking 15-minute confirmations on crypto altogether. I mean, I know in advance I'm going to lose trades, but I still don't like losing trades. All right. 7.14. Entry price is going to be 92.54. Stop is going to be 94.90 for 236 pips. And take profit is going to be 75 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, there's an actual benefit of going live like this. You won't have to deal with my woman accusing me of cheating or doing anything like that because I'm either asleep or working out or I'm live. Like, I'm kind of a machine with it. Cato versus Tether. The entry is 0.9254. Stop loss is 0.9490 for 236 pips. The take profit is going to be 0.7570 for 1,684 pips. The risk on this is going to be 7.14. I'm curious, how much further does this go? So we're almost done with the 530s. I should be able to get through those and then we'll stop. I'm seeing it's starting to get into assets that we've either already gone through or just not going to bother to take these. So some will just leave on the table. It's a lot. All right, we got a high versus Tether. I need to see if that's even on our list. Hold on. We'll get ahead of myself. It isn't. But I also need to see if it's BTCC or not. No. So we're not taking this. It's not on our sell list. I think we already took one. It hit stop loss, and we're not getting back in it again. I don't recall seeing ZIL versus Tether today. It's targeting 662. Is that on our list? Yes. CIL versus Tether. That's a 30-minute confirm with a risk of 5.15. Your entry is going to be 796. Stop is going to be 822. And take profit is going to be 662. Next call, we got ZIL versus Tether. Entry price is 0.00796. Your stop loss is 0.00822 for 26 pips. And your take profit is 0.00662 for 134 pips. The risk is 5.15. Oh, that's a good stretch. Needed that. More dings. It's just never ending freaking alerts. Wait a minute, that was Ripple on the 1 hour? It reversed. Okay, that's fine. Not really concerned about that. By the way, we're still on a 1 hour sell on Ripple. That'll reverse and come back down, but it's targeting 2.0863. So you weren't in the original trade. It's a good chance to hop into it. Ripple on a sell to 2.0863. And we have ACH. We hit take profit on this earlier. It was a shorter trade. I believe it was on the 15-minute right here. This is calling on the 30-minute to 00999. We're going to take it. Why not double up on the same asset? That's good. All right. This time it's going to be a 30-minute confirmation, not a 15-minute. And risk is 5.97. Entry price is 0.1202. Stop loss is 1236. Take profit is 999. Here's the next call for Twitter. That's ACH, USDT. Here's for everyone else. ACH versus Tether. Entry price is 0.01202. Stop loss is 0.01236 for 34 pips. Take profit is 0.00999 for 203 pips. The risk reward ratio is 5.97. And we got a stop loss hit on that cover call. That was on a 15-minute, wasn't it? Yeah. So recall in a 30-minute. We're going to re-enter. Current price, targeting 1036. Risk is 5.97. Entry at 1214. Actually, 1239. Sorry. It's higher. Yeah. Actually moved on this, so we're going to take that extra room. 1036. Brings our risk back up to 6.29 with entry at 1250. Darn it. Didn't mean to do that. And 1284. Take profits 1036. And that's going to be 214 pips. There we go. Next call, this time for Twitter. And for everyone else. Kava versus Tether. Entry price is 0.1250. Stop loss is 0.1284 for 34 pips. Take profit is 0.1036 for 214 pips. And the risk to reward ratio is 6.29. And we got YGG. Again, a 30-minute call after a 50-minute stop loss. We'll take it. This time targeting is short to 940. Yeah, 6.34. It's your risk. Your entry is going to be 12.19. Stop loss is 12.63. Take profit is 940. All right, YGG versus Tether. The entry price is 0.1219. Stop loss is 0.1263 for 44 pips. Your take profit is going to be 0.0940 for 2079 pips. Risk reward is 6.34. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. We'll call it a morning. We've got AQ versus Tether. So I'm targeting 1918. Risk is 6.24. Entry is going to be 2155. Stop is 2193. Take profit is 1918. What the hell just happened? There we go. Yeah, IQ versus Tether. Entry price is 0.002155. Stop loss is 0.002193 for 38 pips. Take profit is 0.001918 for 237 pips. Risk reward ratio is 6.24. We have INJ versus Tether, 30-minute confirmation. Targeting 5.94. Yeah, I think this pretty much solidifies it. I think I'm going to stop taking crypto calls on the 15-minute and start taking them on 30-minute and above. So I'm seeing a consistency where it's just much more accurate at 30-minute confirmations or above than at 2 minutes and below. And it's less noise for me to have to deal with. 5.94. 146. INJ versus Tether, entry price is 7.40. Stop is 7.67 for 27 pips. And take profit is 5.94 for 146 pips. Risk to reward ratio is 5.41. So INJ versus Tether. Got Knot versus Tether. Same thing. And targeting 622. Oops. $4.42. Entry price is 759. Stop is 790. And take profit is 622. Yeah, I'm seeing more and more of it. It's definitely going to probably improve our win percentage on these, which is fine by me. I don't mind taking less signals. It's less work for me to do. We've got Knot Coin versus Tether. Entry price is 0.000759. Stop loss is 0.000790 for 31 pips. And take profit is 0.000622. For 137 pips. Risk reward ratio is 4.42. So, trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. I'm going to have to nuke the alert that I have for the 15-minute and remove crypto perpetuals, crypto spot, and crypto for BTCC, and then reset the alert, and that'll take it out of the 15-minute. In fact, I'm going to do that now. So let's nuke the 15-minute alert. And we want commodities, Forex, indices, futures, and stocks. We want to add those on the 15-minute. That did not work. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it sort of manually. So let me get rid of this again. All right, so we want all commodities. We want all Forex. We want all exotics. We want all indices. We want all futures. And we want stocks. But we don't want cryptocurrency. And this is on the 15-minute. All right, so there we go. Everything's been fixed. The 15 minutes now revamped where it won't call crypto at all. It's just going to call everything else. And I think that will get rid of a lot of the noise that we've been seeing. So we've got 5 more left to go. We just finished not coin, so 4 more. Got PolyX, and this is a sell to 662. So it means we're going to be getting less crypto signals, but they're going to be larger in size and likely have already experienced a pullback, which gives us an opportunity to get in at a better risk to reward ratio. So it should vastly improve the accuracy of crypto trades. The risk is 5.45. We've got an entry at 782. We got stop at 804. It's for 22 pips. And we've got take profit at 662. 420 pips. All right, here's your next call. It's going to be PolyX. Thanks for everyone else. PolyX versus Tether. The entry is 0.0782. Your stop is 0.0804 for 22 pips. Your take profit is 0.0662 for 120 pips. And the risk reward is 5.45. Moving on, we've got Woo versus Tether. Same setup. Stop loss hit on the 15-minute. Re-entry on the 30. This time targeting 281. And we've got a 6.9 risk. Entry at 350. Stop at 360. 10 pips. Take profit at 281. And that's for 69 pips. All right, we got Woo versus Tether. Entries at 0.35. Stops at 0.36 for 10 pips. And take profit is at 0.0281 for 69 pips. The risk is 6.90. Got C98 versus Tether. Man, I wish we had caught it way up here. Crapola. Yeah, we're not taking this one because there's a risk that it will go back up and fill the candle and then drop. So we'll ignore that one. All right, we got True versus Tether. Let's see if that's on the list or not. Not on the list, so we won't be taking it. And that's it for 5:30. We got a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to nuke this. We'll be back at it on Monday at 2 a.m. So here are all my hats. I'm the Pit Messiah on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and Kick. Drop me a follow, like the video, depending on what platform you're on. And turn on those notifications to keep abreast of what I do go live in the market. Here's my actual schedule. I'm live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays at 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. for the London session. And for New York, I'm live from 8:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for the New York session. We went long today, obviously, because we had a lot of activity. Didn't mind doing that. Appreciate you guys for rocking with me, and I'll see you guys next week. Monday morning, 2 a.m. sharp for London. Have a great weekend.